Okay, so today we're gonna talk about some things. Bungie, I'm gonna go right off the bat. I can fix your game, a lot of your issues in the game in like 5 minutes. Not the bug stuff, but make people actually come back and play. Maybe you should take it from your audience. They actually know what they want. That's kind of the point. They know what they want. But yeah, so anyways, to get into the story, Bungie, if you don't know, is basically messed up, fired a whole bunch of important people saying they have to, which is not true, but they think they do. So yeah, and we're going on to this point. That's a drink. Sorry. Where they have made big boo-boos, where they've tried to cover it up. They attempted to hide it from their employees while they fired people. Not like their employees would notice that people are getting fired. But yeah, so let's talk about why it happened real quick. It happened because they didn't hit the profit margin they wanted. They're way too low. They're 45% missing of the profit for the year. That's really bad when they're going into their final season soon. So that's why they're like, oh, we're going to delay final shape. We're going to, which we still have not got the official announcement, but it is 100% delayed. Confirmed by Bungie employees that were laid off. It has been confirmed. It's June. We are not getting it in February. We are getting it in June. Bungie has not announced that yet. Their high-ups refuse to announce that to us, refuse to talk to us, refuse to interact with us. And instead, they try to hide what they've done. They try to act like it's not on them. We had the fucking CEO, whatever his name, or whatever he is, Pete something, text and act like, oh, we miss these people, blah, blah, blah. We feel so bad about this. Then we hope somebody can get him a job, blah. I don't know. It was a whole shit show. And it's a bunch of BS because he's the one that fired them. Well, laid them off, so there's not truth to that. But good job on his part. But I get it, at the same time they don't have the money to hold too many people, so they're getting rid of people. It sucks, it's what happens. But the problem is they try to hide it from their employees and from us. And then they try to act like it's not that big of a deal. They act like it's not on them, it's on someone else, when it's obviously on them. So, good job. But the thing is, I can easily guarantee I'm about to give steps that will increase this game's popularity. In a sense, where more people will start playing it again. One, hire the people back that you got rid of. Hire them back. Say, hey, we will get you back. We're going to give you this much money, your normal pay. But then once we get rolling and we get money flowing again, we're going to increase your pay to this much money. A good increase to make up for the bullshit they calls them. First off, that needs to happen because people will stop uninstalling or stop undoing the pre-order if they actually do that. Two, earlier this year, they announced two things. The biggest things were literally lost a lot of players. And this is not fake, this is true. A lot of people, I know people personally that don't care to play this game because they were waiting for one thing to show up, and Bungie confirmed that it's not coming back. And that is Wrath of the Machine and Siva. People loved Siva. It brought a new ideal to the gaming industry, brought a new ideal to the gaming world. If you don't know what Siva is, basically it's nanite tech that can turn and do anything. It can make new weapons, new abilities even. It could be infused with light and darkness. It could be crazy the amount of power you can make with it. It built buildings. It built guns. We put in weapons. We did stuff with it. The Fallen were insanely good at crafting it into stuff. Everybody loved it. Everyone wants it back. Bungie said, no, sorry, we're not bringing Siva back. And then they say later, we're not bringing any more raids back, which confirms the Wrath of the Machine is not coming back either, which is everyone's favorite raid. I know a lot of people like other raids too, but that is the most requested raid. When they did a poll, the most requested raid was Wrath of the Machine. So Bungie higher-ups are refusing to give us the two things we want, which is Siva. We want a Siva season, full Siva season, Siva weapons, Siva everything, and then we want Wrath of the Machine back. Bungie will not deliver on that. That is the first mistake. Them announcing that lost people. I know people personally have not touched this game since that announcement, because that's all they were waiting for, the hope that would come back. Because they're like, oh my god, we got all the other raids, now we've got one left, which, as you see, there were 4 raids in Destiny 1, we have 3 of the 4. People were like, oh my god, next year, which is the final shape year, we're finally going to get Siva. That is the year. Turns out, no, that's not. We're not getting Wrath of the Machine or Siva. Bungie confirmed these, or Bungie, you can look up the articles, Bungie has said this. Those two things literally lost a lot of player bases. That loses a lot of money. Good job, Bungie. You just took a whole bunch of money and threw it out the window, basically. The other thing is Lightfall was a failure. No matter how people want to look at it, and people are like, oh, but it was the best-selling game. It was the best-selling for pre-orders, because it came off of Witch Queen. Witch Queen was one of the best ones they've done in a long time. Forsaken, I still think was better because of what they did and how they changed the game. And I feel like that Witch Queen was definitely a good turning point as well. They both were really good. Both two best ones by far. Red War I technically love story-wise. The gunplay and stuff sucked, but story-wise I did love Red War. So those would be the 3 ones that were great. All the little ones have sucked in between. Warmind was okay, but not great. But yeah, so Witch Queen was a success. So after that, they bring out Lightfall. And everyone pre-ordered Lightfall because they're like, oh my god, Bungie's finally doing what we asked. They're finally doing what we wanted. And they didn't. Lightfall was an absolute shit show. The gameplay was okay. Not great, it was okay. The lore-wise was absolutely everywhere. There was no lore at all worth a crap. The Strand, the physical lore you saw while you played made no sense half the time. It didn't answer any questions, it just made more questions. Which is a good thing, but you still have to answer some questions to make more questions. Otherwise, you're just making questions on top of questions with no answers. And nobody knows what the fuck's going on, and nobody gives a shit, then nobody wants to play. Hence what happened. And then Strand was just thrown on the map like it was made of butter. They just like, slap it on. It wasn't made well. It really wasn't. Where it was going, what it was doing. And then they released Strand images of what it was supposed to look like, and everyone was like, wow, we want that, not what we got. What we got's okay, but that would have been insane. There were some insane Strand designs. If you look at the concept art they originally did, it was insane. And Bungie released that to us, thinking we weren't going to be upset about that. Seriously, Bungie? Good job. So yeah. They have made mistakes this entire year non-stop. And according to the people getting fired, a lot of people in there have gone to the higher ups and said, we need to make these changes or it's not going to happen. The game is going to fail. A lot of them have been fired. And I agree with them. This should not be a thing anymore. This is dumb that it's still a thing that we're having this much issue making this game. Literally, if you put it down right now and said Siva's coming back, we're having a season purely of Siva, we're having Wrath of the Machine come back, I promise you more people will start playing right then there. You rehire those players, people are going to pre-order the thing. The people you kicked out, people are going to pre-order the fucking, the Final Shape. Final Shape, though, has to be absolutely mind-blowingly good. But the thing is, nobody's buying it now. Nobody cares to, because it's not worth it. If Bungie is willing to sacrifice their employees because they're making mistakes, because the higher-ups are causing the issues, and they want to sacrifice employees, what are they doing to us? We're not working for them. They don't give a shit about us. They've made that apparent. We're nothing to them. We're just a money bags. So if they're going to treat their own employees like shit, they're going to treat us like shit, which means we're not getting anything we want, so why would we pay for something we don't get? And I have pre-ordered it, and I'm already thinking about doing it. I've been thinking about it for a while since the news broke, because it's not a good thing. I don't care about a delay. I care about the fact Bungie needs to make something pop, and they're going to get rid of their best people. Higher up management is a failure. Literally, to fix this issue is what I said. We'll fix a lot of them issues right away. There's way more to be said. There's a lot more they need to do. But those few things will start off and be a great increase. Hawkmoon needs to be craftable as well. They need to add the Hawkmoon mission back and not add this mission. They had these missions, but they should have had Hawkmoon here. Hawkmoon was the original one of the missions. Technically, it was Outbreak and Whisper, but the New Age one started with Hawkmoon. So they should have done that. The random rolled one started with Hawkmoon. They should have had this one here. It's unexcusable. Bungie has made non-stop mistakes all year, announced that this will happen, but none of the stuff we want will happen. This is why no one is buying Final Shape, because Lightfall was a failure beyond belief. So if they want people to do it, they need to show us something. They need to show us proof that they're doing something. They need to give us stuff. I don't mean, just give us this. They need to, show it. That's what I mean. They need to show us that they actually are willing to do what the community wants, because there are things that have to happen for this to succeed. I know this was a rant. I know this was hectic. If you made it through it, I appreciate you watching it. I believe for a fact if these things happen, there will be the huge increase of population just off these things. And there's more. If you want to hear more of what I have to say, I have more things to add to it that will help increase the population and help balance this game and fix this game and make it the great game it was supposed to be and it still could be. If you enjoyed watching, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.